If you've ever felt restless, jumping from one interest to another, exploring everything yet mastering nothing, stop blaming yourself. Stop labeling it as distraction or indecision. That restless energy, that curiosity, is a signal, a sign that you are built for a future few are ready for. A future that requires depth in multiple domains, versatility and resilience. You are not scattered, you are preparing. The ancient Stoics believed that the human mind is capable of adaptation far beyond what most people imagine. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that life demands flexibility, yet discipline. Adapt yourself to the circumstances of life and remain firm in virtue, he wrote. Those who explore many paths, many interests, are already practicing this principle. They are training their minds to pivot, absorb, and connect knowledge across domains. This is the essence of the M-shaped future, a world where specialization alone is insufficient, and those who combine multiple skills, insights, and experiences rise above the rest. Leonardo da Vinci, the archetype of versatility, was not scattered. He was building a mind capable of synthesizing disciplines into innovation. His curiosity became mastery, and mastery became influence. But there is a caveat. Curiosity without control is chaos. This is where Stoicism becomes indispensable. Epictetus taught that no man is free who is not master of himself. Your energy must be guided, your attention disciplined, your curiosity aligned with purpose. The M-shaped mind thrives not by indulging every whim, but by channeling diverse interests into deliberate growth. Those with many interests often feel tension, a sense that time is fleeting, that there is never enough focus to excel. This discomfort is not failure, it is preparation. Each skill acquired, each perspective gained, compounds into resilience, creativity, and adaptability. The Stoics called this training the cultivation of internal wealth, wisdom, strength, and prudence, which cannot be taken by circumstance or misfortune. We live in a world that will demand versatility, adaptability, and depth simultaneously. The M-shaped mind is prepared for this. It does not fear complexity or change. It thrives in uncertainty because it has learned to manage distraction, overcome destructive emotions, and turn restless energy into deliberate action. So if your mind feels pulled in many directions, if your curiosity overwhelms your focus, know this: it is not a flaw, it is your advantage. Discipline it, focus it. Combine your interests into a lattice of capability that the world cannot ignore. In the M-shaped future, those who master themselves and their multiplicity will define what is possible. And if you feel this restless pull today, it is the unmistakable sign that you are already on the path. Your versatility is your weapon, your curiosity is your forge, and your disciplined mind is what will turn the unimaginable into reality. 2. You start connecting ideas others cannot see. One unmistakable sign that a mind is built for the M-shaped future is the ability to see connections where others see chaos. Most people operate linearly, one skill, one job, one perspective, but when your interests pull you in many directions, something remarkable begins to happen. You start synthesizing ideas across domains. You begin to notice patterns, analogies, and opportunities that remain invisible to the narrowly focused. This is the foundation of the M-shaped mind, depth in multiple areas, linked by insight and integration. The Stoics understood this principle intuitively. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. He recognized that perception and understanding are forged not in repetition alone, but in breadth and reflection. When we allow the mind to explore varied interests, philosophy, science, art, human behavior, it begins to recognize principles that apply universally. One lesson in ethics illuminates negotiation. One experiment in science clarifies strategy. One observation of nature sharpens creativity. Connections emerge effortlessly once the mind has been exposed to enough domains. But this is not random curiosity. It is disciplined observation. Epictetus warned that knowledge without discernment is useless. We must not scatter ourselves endlessly. Instead, we explore broadly, but with attention. Each new interest is a piece of a larger puzzle, each skill a lens to perceive reality differently. The M-shaped thinker does not collect experiences for vanity. They cultivate insight, adaptability, and the ability to act decisively in a complex world. The extraordinary thing about connecting ideas is that it creates leverage. People often solve problems in isolation, one framework, one method. But when a mind is capable of seeing relationships across seemingly unrelated fields, solutions appear that are elegant, unconventional, and effective. Leonardo da Vinci did not simply master painting and anatomy separately. He understood the interplay, and in that fusion, innovation was born. The same is true for anyone with disciplined curiosity. Multiple interests become the building blocks of unique strength. There is discomfort in this process. Others may call you scattered or unfocused. You may struggle to feel competent in any single area because you are still weaving the threads together. But this tension is essential. The Stoics understood that growth often appears uncomfortable. It is the friction between our current self and our potential that sharpens judgment, resilience, and creativity. When you begin to connect ideas across domains, you gain an almost unshakable advantage. Complexity becomes a playground, not a prison. Challenges that would overwhelm others become manageable because you see them from multiple perspectives. The M-shaped mind thrives in uncertainty because it can integrate, adapt, and act. 3. You thrive on adaptability, not comfort. Another unmistakable sign that you are built for the M-shaped future is the way you thrive on adaptability rather than comfort. Most people seek stability. They crave routines, predictability, and a life that fits neatly into boxes others have designed. But when your mind pulls you toward many interests, you develop a tolerance for uncertainty and a hunger for challenge. You begin to discover that comfort is a cage and adaptability is the pathway to mastery. The Stoics understood this principle intimately. Marcus Aurelius reflected on the nature of life as ever-changing, warning that rigidity is the enemy of wisdom. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs, he wrote. In other words, the universe is unpredictable. Those who cling to ease will always be at the mercy of circumstance, but the mind trained in adaptability, drawn to multiple pursuits, learns to navigate change with clarity and composure. Being curious about many things forces us to embrace discomfort. You step into unfamiliar territories, learn new skills, and confront challenges you may initially feel unequipped for. But each challenge strengthens your resilience. Epictetus taught that difficulty is a tool for fortifying the mind. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. By facing them voluntarily, through varied interests and experiences, we cultivate mental flexibility. We become capable of acting effectively even when circumstances are unfamiliar, chaotic, or demanding. This ability to adapt is not just a survival skill, it is a multiplier. Those who can shift between disciplines, frameworks, and perspectives are able to identify solutions others cannot see. They are less shaken by setbacks, more comfortable navigating ambiguity, and able to synthesize knowledge in ways that produce exponential results. While others falter when confronted with novelty, the adaptable mind finds opportunity and leverage. Adaptability also strengthens emotional resilience. By constantly exposing ourselves to new ideas, environments, and challenges, we learn to manage anxiety, uncertainty, and fear. We stop fearing the unknown because we have practiced navigating it deliberately. Our inner equilibrium becomes our most valuable asset. No external circumstance can easily disturb a mind trained to flow with change. In practical terms, thriving on adaptability means embracing new challenges without clinging to old methods. It means welcoming uncertainty as a teacher, not a threat. It means integrating lessons from diverse interests and experiences into a cohesive, powerful approach to life. So, if you find yourself restless, drawn to many paths, and energized by challenges instead of comfort, understand this. You are being prepared for a future that rewards versatility. Your breadth of curiosity is cultivating a mind that sees opportunity where others see chaos. Your discomfort is forging resilience. Your adaptability is becoming power. In the M-shaped future, those who can thrive in uncertainty, navigate complexity, and integrate knowledge across domains will shape the world. Your restless mind, far from being scattered, is learning to operate at a level most people will never reach. And that is exactly why you are built for the unimaginable. 4. You build depth across multiple domains, not just one. A defining sign that you are built for the M-shaped future is the way your curiosity leads not to distraction but to depth across multiple domains. Most people assume mastery requires focusing on one skill, one career, one narrow path. Yet the world is no longer linear. Complexity dominates, and those who can combine expertise from different areas gain an exponential advantage. If your mind is drawn to many subjects and you pursue them seriously, you are quietly preparing yourself for a future that rewards synthesis and versatility. The Stoics understood the value of broad, disciplined knowledge. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." He implied that wisdom is cultivated not by repetition alone, but by engaging with diverse experiences, reflecting on them, and applying the lessons to life. A mind that explores different disciplines, philosophy, science, art, human behavior, is not scattered. It is constructing layers of insight. Each layer strengthens the others, creating a foundation more resilient than a single-track expertise could provide. This depth does not come quickly or without effort. To develop mastery across multiple domains, one must practice discipline, focus, and persistence repeatedly. Here, Stoicism provides guidance. Epictetus emphasized that our energy must be guided by reason. Curiosity alone is insufficient. It must be channeled deliberately. Each pursuit becomes a tool to sharpen judgment, strengthen resilience, and cultivate creativity. Depth in one domain enhances the ability to see patterns in another, creating a lattice of knowledge that multiplies insight. People built for the M-shaped future recognize that depth without breadth is limited, but breadth without depth is shallow. They navigate the tension between exploring widely and cultivating mastery carefully. This tension is often uncomfortable. At times, it may feel as though progress is slow or incomplete. Yet the Stoics remind us that discomfort is an ally. It indicates growth and the stretching of limits. What feels challenging now becomes effortless later, as each domain informs the others. This layered depth creates a unique kind of resilience. In a world of uncertainty, problems rarely fall neatly into one category. The M-shaped thinker can approach challenges from multiple angles, synthesizing lessons from unrelated fields to create innovative solutions. The combination of focus, curiosity, and discipline becomes a form of quiet power, one that is invisible to others until it produces results too extraordinary to ignore. So if you find yourself drawn to many subjects, driven to learn broadly yet seriously, know this: you are not scattered. You are quietly constructing a mind that can integrate knowledge across multiple dimensions. Each interest, each skill, each disciplined effort compounds to form a versatility that is rare and valuable. The M-shaped future belongs to those who master themselves while mastering many domains. Depth and breadth are no longer opposing forces. They are the twin engines of capability. Your restless curiosity is your preparation. Your discipline is your tool. And your layered knowledge is the foundation for extraordinary achievement. You are not just learning. You are building yourself for a future that demands both vision and mastery. And you are ready. If this video resonated with you and sparked something deep inside, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to strengthen your mind and fortitude. Join our growing community of thinkers, warriors and seekers, striving to master themselves and rise above destructive emotions.